The Trojan War. Far across the sea, behind the towering walls of Troy, a storm was coming, not of wind and thunder, but of vengeance, pride, and fate. For years, the kingdom of Troy had stood as a jewel of the East, proud, prosperous, and ruled by the wise King Priam. His sons were many, but two stood tallest: Hector, the noble defender of the city, and Paris, whose charm masked a dangerous destiny. When Paris carried Helen across the sea, her beauty became a curse. Her husband, King Menelaus of Sparta, called upon every Greek king bound by oath to defend her honor. From all corners of the land, warriors came: cunning Odysseus, mighty Ajax, bold Diomedes, and Menelaus's proud brother Agamemnon, who would command them all. But above all others, they needed Achilles. Achilles, born for glory, bound by fate. Before the first sword clashed at the gates of Troy, before ships blackened the Aegean Sea and spears rained like hail, a child was born who would shape the destiny of kings and leave his name etched in eternity. His name was Achilles. He was no ordinary child. His mother, Thetis, was a sea nymph, radiant and ageless. His father, Peleus, was a mortal king, brave, but doomed to love what he could not hold. At Achilles' birth, Thetis knew her son would face a cruel choice: a short life of everlasting glory, or a long, quiet life in obscurity. She chose to give him a chance at invincibility. One night, she took the infant and dipped him into the dark waters of the river Styx, where nothing perishes. But where her fingers gripped his heel, the water did not touch. That heel would one day be his undoing. As a boy, Achilles was sent to be raised by Chiron, the wise centaur who trained heroes. Under Chiron's guidance, Achilles grew swift of foot, deadly with spear, and unmatched in song and story. No boy his age could outmatch his strength. But more than brawn, Achilles carried fire, fierce pride, relentless spirit, and a hunger for greatness that stirred even the gods. When war came, sparked by a stolen queen, whispered by fate, Achilles was called upon. His mother, fearing his doom, tried to hide him in the court of Skyros, disguised as a girl. But greatness does not hide for long. Odysseus uncovered the truth and brought him to the Greek ships. Achilles did not resist. He chose the path of glory. At Troy, he was a storm in bronze armor. No warrior could match his fury. He moved like fire through the battlefield, every step writing legend. The Trojans feared his name. The Greeks praised it. And yet, for all his might, Achilles carried within him a heart fierce with pride and easily wounded. When Agamemnon, the Greek commander, seized Briseis, a woman Achilles loved and had claimed in war, something inside him broke, not out of love alone, but honor. He felt insulted, disrespected, and so he withdrew from the war, let the Greeks bleed without him. Without their champion, the Greeks faltered, the Trojans surged, and in the darkest moment, Patroclus, Achilles' dearest companion, some say brother, some say beloved, donned his armor to rally the Greeks. The Trojans believed Achilles had returned, Their fear made them reckless. But when Hector, prince of Troy and champion of his people, met Patroclus in battle, he saw through the disguise, and he killed him. News of Patroclus's death reached Achilles like a blade to the soul. Grief overtook him, then rage. A rage not even the gods could cool. He returned to battle, not for honor, not for victory, for vengeance. He wore armor, newly forged by Hephaestus, god of the forge, armor that gleamed like fire and carried the weight of destiny. Achilles became death given form. He cut through Troy's army like a god among mortals. No shield held, no wall protected. He was coming for Hector.